The $50,000 website that just went up and killed all of your SEO in less than 24 hours. Here is the biggest issue that I see with new websites these days that no website designer or builder talks about. Now, I see this daily because I get contacted to mitigate losses. I get contacted to understand why we lost all of our rankings and traffic. And also when I'm deconstructing competitors, I can see a trend where they were doing really well and then they just disappeared. And why? And it almost, I shouldn't say always, there are lots of reasons why websites lose traffic, but it almost always is when a new beautiful website has gone up and there's absolutely no consideration to the historic pages that were already ranking, they were already being recognized by specific keywords, and they're now just hitting, the users are hitting dead 404 pages that then Google eventually cleans up. So what are we talking about here? We're talking about a business owner decides they want to rebuild a website, or someone gets sold something, a business consultant brings in their web developer and says, we need this facelift to offer all of the products that they offer. Now, this is a mature business, or it's already a couple of years old, and you may have never done SEO, but there's maturity with the pages, even if it was not SEO optimized, even if no money went into SEO. A new website is designed, it's Shopify, it's Squarespace, we're going from WordPress to Shopify, from Shopify to WordPress, whatever it is that you're going to be doing. The launch day arrives, you get a list of pages, you inspect them, everything is happy, everything is wonderful, you deploy it, and then Google Analytics just shows traffic disappearing. Over time, Google Search Console. If you're keeping an eye on these things, you're lucky if you do. Most businesses don't. And month 2, 3, 4, there are crickets. What's going on? We used to get this many inquiries. We used to field this many phone calls. What's happening now? So to explain what's happening, you used to have a bunch of pages. Maybe they were ugly. Maybe you considered them poor quality. They were blogs, they were service pages. Maybe those pages, some of those pages were rebuilt with the new website, but the plumbing wasn't connected. Google has been familiar with those pages for a number of years. There was trust, there was a little bit of authority because Google can see users are on that page, they read that page, they scream to the bottom of that page, scroll. Bing likes those pages, and all of a sudden they disappear. All of a sudden, when the user clicks on that from the SERP, from the index, they hit a dead 404 page. And most of the time, these redirections are not done at all. And when they are done, they're done straight to the home page, which is the worst way. You may as well not do it, because you used to have this blog about Egyptian snow shovels and how to clean them. And now that's just redirecting to the home page, which is not the relevant answer to that intent. So you may as well just not do it at all, because you're misleading. You're going to get a high bounce rate, the user's going to bounce out. So the two scenarios that are on my desk right now, one is in the real estate space, the accommodation space. They're going from a Squarespace to a WordPress. So naturally the permalinks are very different. And the first thing I saw is the old site has X amount of hundred of pages in the indexed, and sure, some of them were tag and category pages, and pages that probably shouldn't be in the index at all. And then the new site had less than 100 pages or something like that. So there was a big discrepancy of what's already in the index. So my first question was, has there been any consideration, any plan to redirect? And from everyone's side of things, it was just crickets. We're not sure. So that's a recipe for disaster. The second scenario is a website in the cosmetic space going from a WordPress to a Shopify. The crazy thing is most revenue comes from the service, so people coming in and buying and getting the service done. So I'd stick to WordPress. Yes, sure, you can rebuild it, but we're changing now permalink structures by default from a clean URL, cosmetic website / skin treatments or laser treatments, to a permalink structure by Shopify, which is categories and / pages. So from an SEO perspective, there's a little micro downgrade there. Sure, it's going to be much easier for the business owner or someone in the business to jump in without a developer and adjust certain things, but we're going backwards here. The first thing I asked is, hey, your old site is getting 800 to 900 organic visitors a month right now. Did you know this? No, we didn't. Do you know that you've got like 20 pages that are monthly traffic visited, and one of them was something carbon peels or something? I don't know anything about it, but it sounds like a high commercial intent key term. And it was. It's a service that people book in. And that was receiving something like 300 or 400 visitors a month, just that one page. And I noticed there was no consideration for the new page equivalent on the new site. Not only was the page not going to be redirected, but the headings, the paragraph text, the titles on the new page that I found to be the somewhat equivalent was just completely, it's almost like text was thrown into ChatGPT, rewritten, whatever, and slapped up. And then Shopify loves to put some of their useless keywords like checkout or buy now or as a H1 or a H2, which you want to reserve for SEO keywords as much as you possibly can. So we're at the disposal of the theme, which defaults like a footer and places a H1 in the footer. You shouldn't have that. But both business owners, I guess, don't know what they don't know, but the intent of, they understand that I want to show up on Google. They want SEO, otherwise they wouldn't have reached out. It's just we're 1 week before deployment, so there's really limited stuff. I don't want to be the blocker that blocks a beautiful site going up. Scenario 1, they're doing a rebrand as well, so the URL is changing. That's even a bigger job. So my suggestion there was, guys, hold off redirecting the old site to the new one, deploy the new one, make sure functionality is there, and let's actually think this migration through. Maybe within the next few months, maybe within the next year, we deploy a page-by-page redirection from the old site to the new site. It's like the Google Maps car visiting the suburb. Imagine the suburb gets a complete wipe and rebuild. The streets are in different locations. The houses are completely rebuilt. It will take some time before Google Maps sends their Google vehicle to take photos of the street, right? Same scenario with this. Google will take some time to properly index those pages and properly understand where it best fits, because you're going up against competitors that aren't doing many edits, that are trustworthy, that are proving to be servicing the visitors that are there. When you make drastic changes to a website, the Google search engine and Bing, it looks at everything as guilty until proven innocent. So it's, oh shit, has this website been hacked? Are they going to be doing misleading stuff? So that's why your rankings start jumping all over the place. So I think you get the gist. What do you do? How do you do it? Before you consider rebuilding any website, before anyone sits down and shows you some designs, you want to understand what pages on the website are most valuable. I guess ignorance is bliss, but at the end of the day, if your business has been on Google for more than a year, you're getting some kind of attention. If it's been 3, 4, 5 years and your website is 800 to 1,000 pages or 100 pages, you're getting lots of attention, whether you like it or not, whether you think you're SEO optimized or not. The keywords that you're tracking in your head, you're probably not ranking for, but there's probably hundreds of keywords out there that you are, and you just don't know it. So first thing is to look at your Google Search Console. Look at your Google Analytics. Find your top trafficked pages. Of course, it's your home page. See where the traffic is coming from. Google Search Console will tell you that. Google Analytics will tell you that. A couple of ChatGPT searches, you can find that. Or whoever's building you the website, ask them, hey, how do we mitigate any loss of our current traffic? They might say, oh, this is an SEO question. It's not. It's basic ethics of, I'm about to deploy this website. The reason people need a website is because they want growth in their business. The reason people are rebuilding a website is because they want more growth in their business than they're currently getting. So it's wild to me that designers and developers deploy these sites with no page-by-page redirections in place. And they might blame, oh, this is not our field, this is SEO. It's actually just basic 301 redirections. Not as basic as it sounds, but that's the theory. At least reconnect page by page. At least build out a page that is similar to the page that we used to have before, that answers the intent as much as possible. Then, as soon as the website is ready for deployment, make sure that you guys are checking. You click the old link and make sure it gets redirected to the new one. Then when the new website goes up, go site, go to Google, type in site, semicolon, 2 dots, your website, and actually scroll through the list. Click some of those pages that are there. Make sure that you end up on a real and genuine page and not a 404. Or go log into Google Search Console, go pages, or what is it? There's a 404 report which will show you all the pages that are giving you a 404 error. Or ignorance is bliss. It's all good. We can start chipping away at repairing these things. But hey, you'll feel the results. Hope that